Going to go on to our next caller, who is from one of my favorite places in the world. And I am so excited that we have a caller from this place. We are going to Robert in Israel. Robert, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yes.
I'm so glad.
Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. I love Israel. I can't
Yeah,
believe someone's calling us from Israel, and I'm just excited to talk to someone who's an Israeli. I just have to say that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm actually originally from the States,
Well, that's
from the
okay.
U.S.
You're in Israel now, which
Yeah,
is
but
better than
yes,
Nashville.
I am.
So,
I am.
What part, if I may ask, what part of Israel are you in, my friend? Which part of Israel are you in?
I'm in the central part. I live in a rural area about halfway between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem.
mm-hmm.
Not far from the airport, about 15 minutes from the airport.
From the Tel Aviv airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great airport, by the way.
Yeah.
How may we
yeah.
help you, my friend?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, I mean, I have a lot of questions, but I'll just start with the first one. Basically, my wife and I have been separated for about 3 weeks now, and initially I told her I would cooperate with the separation and help her get set up in her new apartment and everything, and watch our kids. We have 3 little kids, 3 girls, and I told her I would cooperate if she would go to counseling with me.
Mm-hmm.
And we went once, and it didn't really go so well.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those counselors that you guys. It ended up being one of those counselors that you guys advised against.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, which was kind of steering us towards a peaceful divorce as opposed to trying to actually save our marriage. At this point, though, I did bring up counseling again with my wife a few times, but every time I do, she just seems annoyed. Like, she says that she's not interested in trying to save her marriage, so, you know, she doesn't really want to go right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a push behavior to continue to bring it up?
Well, whether it is or not, remember, Robert, what we talk about is that sometimes you just need to do something because it's the right thing to do. And even if the other person might, at least temporarily, if not more, feel it's a push, it's still the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to make sure, because I kind of got lost in there. You went to marriage counseling, which didn't help. As a matter of fact, kind of went the other way. Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah.
And now you're asking if bringing up marriage counseling is a push. You want to go back to marriage counseling? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. And
yeah.
And how would you find a marriage counselor who actually would want to help you with the marriage?
I would probably have to talk to them first to try to get an idea of their philosophy about this.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
About marriage.
Mm-hmm.
About marriage counseling. That's what I would do. The first person that we went to, she was recommended by her therapist. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not a push, but you need to think.
Yeah, you need to determine what your end goal is.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. I'm sorry. I thought I heard a beeping.
You did.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
That's my car. I'm in my car. I'm calling from my car.
Okay, no problem. I didn't know if it was some beeping here, and I needed to understand what it was. The thing here is, my friend, if you're going to do it, Kimberly's right. Think about, okay, what is it that you want to accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to accomplish that?
Mm-hmm.
And then how is the best way to go about it?
Yeah.
And
the therapist may not be able to help you with your end goal, depending on what specifically you're wanting to happen.
You're wanting to save the marriage, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And
yeah, that's correct.
What does she say now? After having visited with that marriage counselor, what does she say about your marriage?
So, like, when I'm together with her, it's either just neutral or it's been positive. You know, most of the time it's neutral, but we have to talk almost every single day and meet up almost every single day and interact. Simply because logistically with our children, that's the way it works out. My apartment isn't really set up yet. Hers is, so I'm there all the time on the days when I'm taking care of my children just because I have nowhere else to take them.
Okay. By any chance, are you in our online course?
She still talks about, I'm sorry?
Are you in our online course by any chance?
I'm not, but I do have a coach, though.
Good.
Okay, you have one of our coaches. That's good. That's excellent.
Yeah, I'm with Vinny. He's been great.
Good.
Okay,
Good.
good. And I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead and finish what you were saying, my friend.
Oh, so like she's still saying that she wants a divorce. Like she just brings it up in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we're having positive interactions. So at this point, she hasn't changed her mind at all about wanting to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So if she's of that mind, is there a point in trying to push her to go? Not push her, but try to convince her to go to marriage counseling with me? Obviously, with a good counselor. But is there a point in that if she's still at the point where she doesn't want to work on her marriage?
Here's what I'd like to offer you. My suggestion, now you do what you think is best. Okay, you know her, I don't. You know your situation much better than I can find out here in 5 minutes. But what I'd like to do is this. I want to give you our online marriage course as my gift, okay? They don't let me do that much anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm not supposed to do it all. But but I'm going to give it to you anyway. In addition to working with Vinny, Vinny's a good guy, I'm going to ask you, if you will, to go through some of the online course before you start asking her about further counseling, okay? Because I really want to make sure you understand some really basic principles that you probably already do, but I just want to make sure that you really grasp them. And do you have a client representative with us that you interact with? You must have if you do coaching.
Yeah, Randy.
Okay, Randy's a great guy. If you can just contact back through Randy. Randy's in our New York office. If you contact back through Randy and tell him Dr. Beam said I get the online course for free, then he'll set you up in that. And I'm asking you to start into that wholeheartedly. Now, that doesn't mean I'm saying that you shouldn't pursue this other. I just want to make sure that you understand some really basic principles before you do. We really, really want to help you save this marriage, my friend. Mm-hmm. And so here's the other thing I'm going to ask. Here's what you owe me for giving you this course. I want to hear back from you. Okay? I want you to call back, but I want you to wait about 3 or 4 weeks. About 3 or 4 weeks. I want to make sure that you've been going through the online course enough. And then I want you to call back after you've done that and talk to Kimberly and me. Mm-hmm. And let's go from where you are at that point. Okay? Mm-hmm. Is that a fair request?
Okay. That's I think that's fair. I think that's great.
All right. Remember, you owe me. You're gonna call me back. You got it? Okay.
I got it. I do have another question, if that's all right.
Another question.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, we have a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running out of time, so make it fast.
Okay. Regarding pies, so we come from a very traditional religious background, and she completely dropped that lifestyle around the same time that that we started separating. Mm-hmm. For me, getting back into my religion is part of my pies. Mm-hmm. So how is that supposed to attract her if she is living a very different kind of lifestyle right now?
If I may ask, what is your religion? Is it Judaism? Is that your religion?
Judaism, yeah, Judaism.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say she's abandoned it, does that mean that she's doing things that would be contrary to the basic tenets of Judaism?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to throw your wife under the bus, but can you give me one quick example of what you mean by that?
Well, we have Saturday as our day of rest, where we don't drive cars, we don't buy anything. Kimberly, if you remember, you've been in Israel on Friday. A lot of things. On Friday
it's amazing.
Yeah. So she drove on Saturday. She bought things. She went to a non-kosher restaurant.
Okay, all right. I'm hearing that, but I'm not okay. And I understand that's extremely important to you. I'm not in any way putting that down. But she's not into doing things that are morally corrupt at this point. Is that what you're telling me? In other words, she's not sleeping with other people.
Like
she's not doing that kind of thing.
Like that.
Okay. No, that would be my red line, though.
Okay. All right.
That would be my red line.
And I know the other's important to you. I do know the other's important to you, but I'm just trying to get a picture of what she's doing. When people rebel against their religion, often it means they're acting out in some fashion. Okay. And maybe I'll have a visit with Vinny to give him some things to ask you about, because we're actually 5 minutes over time here. But maybe I'll get a chance to visit with Vinny the next day or two, because there's some questions here I think would be good for you to think through. Or when you call me back in about 3 weeks, call Kimberly and me in about 3 weeks.
That's another reason to get you to call back.
That's even better. Let's talk about those things then.
But the overall answer that we would give to that question, taking a step back, is if you believe it's right and it's something that means something to you and you need to do for yourself, even if it goes against what your spouse might find attractive, you need to do it for you, because you always do the pies for you. Always do the pies for you. And so I would encourage you to keep doing the things that I love. I love those practices that they have in Judaism. I love those things. And so it has a reverence to it, and there's all of those things that go with it. So you need to do what you believe is the right thing to do. And it's just one part of it. There's still everything else going on. So I wouldn't worry that by just following that, it's going to push her out the door, never to come back. That's just one tiny piece. Even though it may feel big, it's one tiny piece in the overall bigger picture of it.
That's right.
Okay.
I look forward to talking. We'll look forward to talking to you in about 3 or 4 weeks. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.